Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it is greatly appreciated. As always, I'm filming this in one go, so if I stumble over my words going forwards, I apologise in advance. And indeed, if the quality of this video is fairly poor as well, if there's any lag, anything like that at all, sadly it cannot be helped, and hopefully it is not too much of an issue for you. This is yet another Eurovision related video here on my channel, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about Eurovision 2022, because as I'm recording this, it is the evening of the 19th of November 2021, and we now have some national final songs out to listen to. Fantastic news. The country in question is Estonia, so therefore the national selection is Eesti Laul 2022. I have information in front of me just to make sure I don't forget anything. I am filming this on a bit of a whim, although I should say I was well aware that the first quarter-final of this year's Eesti Laul, or rather next year's Eesti Laul, takes place tomorrow night on the 20th of November. So, let's see here. The national final will consist of 7 shows, 4 quarter-finals, 2 semi-finals and a final. 10 songs will compete in each quarter-final and semi-final, and 5 will qualify from each show as determined by a jury panel and public vote. I don't need to go into the specifics of that. It's pretty self-explanatory. In the final, the winner will be selected over 2 rounds of voting, the first involving both the jury and the public, and the second and ultimate entirely decided by the public. So it's the top 3, the gold final if you will, and then the public in Estonia have the absolute final say as to who represents them. The 20th of November, the 27th of November, 4th of December and 11th of December are the dates in question for these quarterfinals. It's a much more extended Eesti Laul this time around. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. If the quality is very high, excellent. And I think Estonia has such a fantastic music scene anyway, maybe this is actually a smart move. But if we get a lot of songs that are very samey, songs that aren't of a great quality, maybe it will just seem like a bit of a waste of time. After all, only one can win. The semi-finals will take place in early February, so there's quite a long wait before we hear some of the songs again live, and then the final is on the 12th of February. So by the time we get our Estonian representative, the song will have been out there for months. Now, the other day on an Estonian show, the first 10 acts were revealed, but now the songs are out. They are Mitte Kauaks by Boa Madu, Waterfall by the 1999 representative Evelyn Samuel, Feel Like This by Fiona and Me, and I believe that is their big reveal. It's their first music, I think, that they've released since they started. Kvivaid by Jakub Twisk, he's back, one to keep an eye on. Every Time by Kea, she's been involved twice before, I believe. Heia Paev by Little Mess, they've been involved before. And Tanya, who represented Estonia in Copenhagen in 2014, she's co-written this and I think she's part of the group as well. Miletu by Mayan, she's been involved before. Kus Loipani, apologies, by Peter Puida. Interstellar by the man, the myth, the legend, Stig Rasta, he's back, and look at that songwriting team. Victor Krona represented Estonia, also tried to represent Sweden. Herman Gardafe co-wrote Move for the Mamas, which would have represented Sweden last year. And Fred Krieger, who he usually collaborates with. That could be a serious contender. And then Kauavale by Traffic. They've been involved plenty of times before. And Stig Rasta is pretty much a member of that group as well. Whether he joins them on stage for this particular performance, we wait and see. Those are the 10 acts. 5 will progress. And I did see these names the other day, and I did check out some of their music, the names that I wasn't terribly familiar with. Boa Madu seemed to be some sort of indie rock group, that sort of thing, could be my taste. Evelyn Samuel, really liked her track in 1999, but that was 2 decades ago. Fiona and Me, as I just said, it seems as though this is their big reveal, almost. Jakub Twisk, lovely voice, I'm expecting a ballad. Kea, really liked her track from the other year. What was it called? Lonely Boy, and then she had Hypnotized earlier this year. Looking forward to seeing what she has. Andrei Zevekin has co-written that song. He was part of an act for Eesti Laul earlier in the year with Pluto, Wingman, you might remember it. Little Mess, yeah, I don't really know what to expect there. I'm just going to get straight into this. The video I'm going to be watching won't be in the bottom corner of the video you're watching. That's just the way it is. If you're new to my channel, that's the way that I do these videos. Misja Eurovision, bang on the money once again with this sort of thing. Eesti Laul 2022 Estonia first quarter-final recap. Just over 500 views for this. Short snippets of the songs. I will listen to them in full as and when. Let me know your thoughts. Estonia is one of my favourite countries in Eurovision every year. I'd love to see them win again. And I will say this, just before I get into it at last. If you are a Eurovision fan, and you have been for years, you just know within 20 seconds of hearing a song whether it's a serious contender to win or not. So that's how I'm going to be with these songs and all the national final songs that we get moving forwards. You will be able to tell quite quickly, I would say, whether or not it's worth keeping an eye on, or whether it's just another national final song that may end up being forgotten over the course of time. Here we go. Whoops. I should say I have a cracking headache as well, but here we go. Ah! Lovely stuff. Boa Madu. Guy in a hat. Long hair. Okay, this is a rock number. Quite hoarse lead vocals. Let me just replay that back. Mitte kauaks. Reminds me of a slightly more mild Blind Channel. Okay. Seemed to be going maybe a little bit more melancholic there as that clip ended, but sounded somewhat promising. Next up is Waterfall by Evelyn Samuel. Okay, quite ethereal, dreamy. High note there. Let me play it back. There's something quite uplifting about it, yes. I'm not sure what she's saying. Sounds okay, but it also feels a touch dated somehow. But then again, this is a short clip. Yeah, a bit like Enya. Very much like Enya. Fiona and Me feel like this. Pillow fight. He looks like an old Colombian footballer. Quite repetitive. Quite indie, repetitive. Need to listen to more of that. Next up's Jagup Twisk. Okay, so it's pop. Powerful. Almost this sort of dubstep beat. Nice voice. Let me listen to it again. There's this pause before it really kicks in. Not bad, but based on that clip I prefer his previous entry. Next up's Every Time by Kea. Pop again. Not much going on here. Yeah, not too sure about that, to be fair. Seems pretty average. Next up is Little Mess. Sort of pop with a touch of R&B. Got this sort of chilled out vibe. Not too sure about that either. It's got to immediately grab you, hasn't it? Yeah, very chilled out. Next up is Mayan with Miletu. Skateboarders. Yeah, this is fairly contemporary pop. It's okay. Okay. Next up is Peter Poder, or Peter Poder, apologies, with Kus Loipeni. Now, when I checked out this guy's music previously, I thought that he might be one to keep an eye on, so let's listen. Whoops. Typical Eesti Laul stirring ballad. Playing the acoustic guitar. Quite like this. Oh, that's going through. That's going through. Heavens above. Next up, there he is. Stig Rasta, Interstellar. Why is he playing the acoustic guitar? You can't hear it in this song. It's a pop number. Might be a sort of rejected Melfest track for all we know, but that sounded very promising. Oh, come on now. You know that's going through without breaking a sweat as well. Stig's a very experienced performer. Interstellar. Seems to be in a parking lot. At the same time, we've heard so much stuff like this over the years. So much stuff. I don't know if listening to the whole thing, we're really going to think of this track as very original. I don't know. That leaves Traffic. Cauaveo. We've got this sort of quick acoustic beat. I mean, that sounded alright. But need to hear more of it. And I know that Traffic in the past, they've had these sort of pop folk tracks. Yeah, not bad. So there we have it. A very quick video this, that I've drawn out to much longer than it needs to be. But 5 go through, so maybe I ought to write these down. Why not, just for the hell of it. 5 tracks go through. So we know that Stig will go through. We know that, well, I think Peter Puida will go through. I think that Traffic will go through. Jagup Twisk will go through. And I think, well, looking at the comments on this particular video, Mayan seems to be quite popular, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Evelyn Samuel who goes through. Or Mayan. The others, Boamadu, Fiona and Me, Kea, Little Mess, I don't think stand much of a chance. But then again, what do I know? What do I know? Let me know your thoughts if you're Estonian. What do you think of this quarterfinal 1 lineup? Whether I make videos like this for the remaining quarterfinals, I don't know. It all depends on how much time I have, how much motivation I have. We'll see moving forwards. That's it. Eurovision 2022 is next May in Turin. Can't wait. And now we have some national final songs to pour over. Absolutely fantastic. Let me know what you think. Links in the description as always to my other social media pages, my blog and Twitter and that sort of thing. And there'll be a video coming soon talking about Junior Eurovision, and maybe we'll get some more national final songs that I can sort of briefly react to as well in the near future. Until next time, hopefully the quality wasn't too bad. Take care of yourselves. Eesti Laul, here we come. Bye for now.